sir. Take it off.
So we'll call this meeting to order for Wilson County ESD number 5 at 6:04. We have 3 members present: Mike Jackson, Jeff Oceandeers, Walter Yates. Mr. Jacobs and Mr. Bippert are not present. We have a quorum for business to occur. So if you want to stand and prayer in our pledges. Let's do our invocation first. Dear God, please, I ask you to watch over us tonight again with our meeting. Help us to make good judgments, to make this ESD number 5 good, smooth transactions with the fire department. Make it the best department we can possibly do. We ask for your guidance. Also, good Lord, we ask for your prayers. We ask for you the healing of this country and everything going on. Get everybody to cut the hatred out and enjoy each other. Just please bless us and bless all of us here, and have everybody return home safely. The flag, U.S. pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, with liberty and justice for all.
No Texas flag.
You got tech too? I guess we'll move on. Do we have any citizens' comments? No citizen comments. I guess we'll go to item A, review and approval of meeting minutes from May the 12th board meeting.
Yes, sir. They're attached to your individual packets. Granted, Mr. Yates wasn't in attendance there.
I don't think this is ours.
What do you got? Oh, that is actually a document that you're not supposed to have.
That's what I was wondering. I'm glad I didn't read it.
Oh, that happens sometimes.
It does happen. Yeah, okay.
Thinking, I don't know nothing about that one.
Be accepted as written.
We have a motion on the floor to accept the minutes as written.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second, seconded by Mike Jackson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion carries. The minutes are accepted as written. Moving on to new business. Item A, presentation by the Floresville Fire Department regarding becoming the district service provider.
Sir, would you do me a favor and sign that copy of the minutes right there, and then I'll have Mr. Jackson attest to it as well. Thank you, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. Okay.
Good afternoon. Last week we had a meeting with our members and discussed on whether to do a contract or whether to merger. So after careful consideration, we are writing to inform you that Floresville Volunteer Fire Department and its members have agreed to become a part of ESD 5 in its entirety. We feel that this decision will bring a more unified command and will help better serve the city of Floresville and its surrounding areas. Our hopes are that this merger will bring more capabilities to the department and its members. We are excited to embark on this new journey and look forward in working with you all in creating a stronger department for the citizens in which we serve.
All right. Thank you, Maggie.
We have it for you and the chief to
Yeah, we'll sign
sign
those
in front of everybody.
Okay, well, that's a great idea. I like that. Gentlemen.
Do we need to have some discussion on that amongst us?
You can have it if you want to. It's entirely up to y'all. Gentlemen, this is something we've been discussing for a few months.
Do you see anything wrong with that, though?
Not at all. They need to petition the district, and then the petition basically, we don't really need a service agreement with them because we are going to be.
Will we need a motion to accept it, or?
Y'all will need to accept, you
So
will
moved.
need to.
So basically, just so we're on the same page here, the fire department's agreed, we're gonna merge it all together into one. It's gonna be
ESD
Willis County ESD 5.
Yeah, that's what the,
All of the property, vehicles, equipment, everything be shuffled to ESD 5. We're all the same there. Now,
With the exception of the
Floresville-
volunteer fire department's financials.
yes,
Yeah.
that's
Their money
belongs
is,
to
that
Floresville
stays
VFD.
in their association.
and the La France.
And the old
And the-
France, yeah.
Yeah, the
That was the two
LaFrance.
that were in the discussion.
Here's the deal with the LaFrance. Who's the title in? City of Floresville? All right. Well, what we were thinking was whenever, because they are titling that stuff to us, I recommend y'all title the LaFrance.
We could title it.
Donate it to the VFD
Donate it.
Association.
Just donate it to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That way it's theirs for their association, and the operational stuff is the district's.
Yes. it
That
belongs to
sound
the
good,
city.
chief?
And y'all are all good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
So we still have to do something else in addition
They're
to the
about to
letter?
do it. They're
Oh,
about to
they're gonna
accept
do
your,
it.
they're about to accept your
Oh, I
petition.
thought you, okay.
And then, that's it, we're partners after that.
So, and you heard about the La France and the money, the financials? We'll end up with the La France because it's to the city. We'll donate it to the association,
It'll be titled to y'all.
and then you'll get title to it, so it'll be the
Okay.
VFDs.
So are you making that motion?
No, that's what we
Oh,
were just all
okay.
talking
I
about.
just- I know
I
we
just
were,
wanna be
but I didn't
clear
know
that
if it
we were all
needed to be
good on
included
all
in
of
the
that.
motion and make sure everything was
No,
copacetic.
those are terms that we had already discussed and negotiated with volunteer fire.
Okay.
Just to accept their petition, and, go from there, and then Chief Lorenzo, Chief Ortiz, and, President Ocean Deers to sign it.
Then do it.
Someone needs to make a motion.
Need to-
second.
So moved. I made the motion. To
Yeah.
accept the merger.
To the county road.
County
So there's a-
ESD Fire and Rescue.
Okay.
I second the motion to accept the merger.
So there's been a motion on the floor to accept the Floresville Volunteer Fire Department to merge together with Wilson County ESD number 5. And there's been a second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed, say no. Motion carries. So Floresville Fire and ESD 5 will merge together.
Gentlemen, why don't y'all,
Welcome
why
aboard.
don't you sign it, and, maybe shake hands or something like that? You gotta,
Yeah, make posterity.
or Chief Taylor?
Smile at the camera.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta do this for the
Cameraman,
camera.
please go here.
Okay, we've got Mr. Yates
I'll
kind of
tell you
bombing
what,
the
I'll
photo
do.
back there.
Well, we all can move.
Photo bombing.
Can you get a
Get
little
all this
closer
together?
there?
You guys do
two.
whatever y'all want. No one wants to see the lawyer, though.
Lorenzo.
Come on,
Okay.
Chief.
Yeah.
And
wanna
all
get
board
on
members
there?
can get in
Yeah,
there
we
if
don't
you
need
want
no
to.
No
attorneys.
lawyer. No lawyers.
Okay, I know it's a hot day, but.
Squinch it.
Squinch it together.
I just showered.
No, I'm no 6 foot two.
We won't have, we won't hurt any kids with the snuff.
1, 2, 3. That should do it.
Good.
All right.
All good.
Well, I sure hope nobody over there at work sees that on the flash.
Okay.
So when do y'all want to hold that stuff?
We'll have to sit down and figure that one
Y'all
out.
talk about that amongst yourselves, but here's one thing I do want to tell y'all now. Y'all are partners with us, you're part of us now, so guess what? That means, I have y'all's backs just as much. Any questions, all this time I heard, oh, we need to have our own lawyer. No, now you can have this lawyer, I'm here to help. I've got a few things I need from y'all that have zero to do with this. Well, now that the merger's official, one thing I'm gonna need from y'all is, I've been examining some ways we can upgrade the fleet with grant monies. And I need gross weights on a lot of these vehicles, so Maggie, maybe me and you can get together.
Okay.
That should be on your registration.
Yeah, it'll be on the registration.
Right up there.
I need gross weights on everything, every vehicle. Remember that thing we were talking about, sir? But anywho, that's it. See how hard that was?
All right.
Okay, Meg, for the record, if you don't mind, can I have this in
I
file?
wanna make a copy.
Yeah, please do. You can,
You want more than one copy?
you can make him a copy, if y'all wanted to keep that original for the station here, just give me a copy for the file.
Is it dated?
It is dated, right?
Yes.
We ready to move on to item B?
Yes.
Discussion and possible action to approve the interlocal agreement with the city of Floresville and to authorize district council to secure intrepid surveying and engineering to initiate surveys and partition work and to initiate closing process.
Do we need to discuss this, or have we talked about it? How's everybody talking about it?
Well, gentlemen, y'all, I assume you're all aware, because I thought I told everybody, the other night, the interlocal agreement that I prepared with the city of Floresville, entered into it without any changes, I might add. And they have ratified the agreement. Now we need District 5 to ratify, to sign the agreement as well. And District 4 will be doing so tomorrow. Thank you, Will. And then at that point in time, we have an interlocal agreement for the transfer of this property. There's something that I have not had time to do yet, but I will be doing. It's very self-explanatory. It's a fee sharing agreement between 4 and 5, because y'all will be sharing the fee related to,
The survey?
It's District 4.
it's both of you. It's a joint
Oh,
4 and
okay.
5.
So, so I was the 4 down, I was like, okay.
Yeah, this right here is a three-way agreement,
Oh, okay.
okay? That's between the city, 4 and 5. It dictates what's going to happen, with the
Okay.
exception of one thing, fee sharing. And y'all, that sets 4 and 5 are responsible for the surveying and partition costs of creating 3 lots where there is currently 1. And you're gonna both share the fee on that. I don't know how much it'll be yet. And then, of course, each ESD will be responsible for their own fees related to equipment costs. 4's not getting any equipment, so 4 doesn't pay half the registration fee for these trucks. That will be 5's responsibility solely. Just for belt and suspenders, so we're all good. I'm gonna do just kind of a real 1-page, 2-page thing that explains 4's and 5's responsibilities that'll have to be entered into by y'all. Good news is that doesn't have to be done until probably, August or something. All this is gonna happen around August, September.
But let me ask you, as far as, I know about the surveyors doing it all, like, when do they gonna collect?
Well, I already spoke with them. I know, I haven't locked anything in because y'all haven't authorized me to, but I spoke with them today. And they understand our situation. So I'm sure that would be one of those beginning of the fiscal year invoices that we get from Intrepid. And then they'll be submitting it to me, and then I will be submitting half the invoice to 4, half to 5 for review.
We don't have no idea what that cost yet or nothing?
I mean, there's gonna be, I would say, recordation on this. I assume it makes sense to where 5 is responsible for its recordation on this lot, and 4 would be responsible for its over there. That one in the middle stays City of Forestville. I guess you'll both be responsible for the recordation of that. But, I don't know, that'd be about $50. And then the survey itself, a new meets and bounds description over here and here. I wouldn't think much more than maybe a few $1,000s.
That
Total,
sounds about right.
total. Split in half. I don't see it being, because the city went out and got the whole thing surveyed already, but we have to get it. I'm like, okay, that's great. That's, yeah, I know there's one big piece of property there.
Right,
But
it's not split.
we're creating
Yeah,
3
you're
pieces of
participating.
property. So I spoke with Sherman Covey today. He understands what we need. He's willing to work with us on it, as long as y'all authorize it.
So move that we accept the interlocal agreement that our council has prepared for us, and have the property surveyed along with District 4, and split the cost on that respectively.
Second motion.
So there's a motion on the floor to accept the interlocal agreement. It's been, lost my train of thought. That's been approved by the city of Floresville already, between 4 and 5 on the property. There's been a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say no. So motion pass.
Can I ask that we possibly we're either gonna have to do a new motion or maybe expand that motion and y'all can amend it to, also allow me to, authorize me to, secure Intrepid Surveying Engineering to initiate surveys and partition work and to initiate the closing process.
I would amend it to that.
You don't have to, the reason I'm saying y'all tell me to do this, it spells out in there very, very succinctly how the closing process is gonna happen.
Sure.
Y'all don't need to keep authorizing me to do it, just authorize me to get it done, and I'll get it done.
I'll amend it.
So we have an amendment to the motion that was just passed, amending the motion to have our council secure Intrepid Surveying Engineering to initiate the surveys and partition work and to initiate all the closing process. Do we have a second?
You got a second already?
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's only two of
I
us.
second.
There's been a motion
I
and a
thought you were.
second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. So
I
the
don't
motion
think,
carries.
I don't think he can, technically. The president
I
can't.
don't think I can I?
He can't make a
You
motion.
with me?
No,
He
can't
can
make
he
a-
second?
No,
That's what I'm saying, I
no,
didn't think
he can't.
he could. Yeah.
The only other thing that'll happen after that is there'll be the deed closing, and that's gonna involve the city, the mayor will sign, and the president will sign the deeds. And I've already got the deeds ready, I just don't have the legal descriptions.
Gotcha.
I've got everything done except, you know, with that.
Has the city signed this yet? or
Yes,
they-
they have.
Okay.
And that red sign here, you need to sign it. The city has signed.
So the third, just as discussion, the third parcel, we're gonna split with 4 as far as the cost on it and whatnot. What, is that, are we gonna be using that for expansion or?
Right here?
Yeah.
No, sir,
No?
you're not.
That's
That
the
is
water.
CSP
Oh, that's right,
City
that's the water tower.
They have their equipment in there, and that equipment spills into both sides.
Gotcha.
So they will have an access egress easement.
What about the well? Is that gonna be chopped off, or how's that gonna go?
Well, the city has a well that's tied into their water system.
Yeah, it's right down here.
And they are gonna have an open access agreement, a utility easement to come on and service their property. They don't have to move anything.
So the well's actually gonna be on
Yes.
the ESD's property?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure,
It's
they'll
good.
have a utility easement.
Yeah, same way, but now they go in and out.
25 footer?
Now, well, it's
Whatever
an
they need.
open one for them to come onto the property. They can't really make any, you know, they can't damage our property or anything like that, but they can come onto it to serve theirs. That's not an uncommon type of thing between political subdivisions. Yeah, if you don't mind, sir, I need 2 people to sign that at the sign here thing. You'll see yours is right there, and then, of course, Mr. Jacobs is not in attendance, so someone will have to sign from him. If you could just line out his name and print your own.
Let Wally do that when he's got that right now.
Yeah, yeah, sure, dude. I was supposed to be a doctor.
Just,
Where's he at, right here?
just
Line it?
Yes, just line through it, print your own name. Sign, date, we sign right here. And the date is 6/9/2020.
You guys are down in history now.
There you go.
Is there a business? You don't decide to bill for that one? I think you decide we get cheap. They're all gonna finish. Oh, y'all get to talk about that, that's not the one.
That well's clear down in the corner, isn't it? Yeah, we wouldn't be going that far. The only thing we would use is the gate that I would imagine. We had on the back of the building, it wouldn't be any longer than the building is.
Those are questions that I don't answer these questions. Y'all are gonna work together to answer these questions.
No, it doesn't matter, it's just the construction, is routine construction. How
Yeah,
far
I
do
don't-
we
I
it's
have no
going
idea.
from that well?
I think right now, they're probably gonna be renovating this, getting this fixed up.
All right, let's move on to item number C. Discussion and possible action regarding retention of a financial institution.
So, trying to get to the mail right now. I looked, when I pulled up in the parking lot, I hadn't gotten it yet. But I did run into, I talked with 3 of the ESDs surrounding my district up in San Antonio, and they all use Frostbank. Kevin Clarkson, who runs ESD7 and Helotus, put me in touch with B. Badeau, who is the rep for Frost Bank. They have a fantastic system over there. Once I get the proposal, we'll bring it up and talk about that. But as far as, remember 2 meetings ago we were talking about text pool and all of that and where to put the money, and that obviously is not a very smart way to put place to put your money, because they're using your money for other things, and it takes so long for you to get your money out of the text pool. With Frost Bank, I can't remember her exact title right now, but this is what she does, is deal with ESDs. And if we wanted a new vehicle, it's a very simple, they'll finance it, they'll take care of everything at a very lower rate, you know, based on our income coming in and stuff like that. As far as giving us an operating budget or a loan for an operating budget, should we need one prior to any monies coming in, they can do that at a very reduced rate. So she was supposed to send all that to me, and then we'll all sit down and go through that. But I wanted to look at it. I looked at Southland, I looked at Fall City. Didn't really get a lot of feedback from Fall City. I don't know what the deal was there. You know, it could just be the COVID thing. You know, it's hard talking to people on the phone and getting them to call you back and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be going over and talking to them.
Yeah, I did mention to you, I talked to South Trust Bank, and there with the fire department, the fire department's borrowed money from them several times, and they've been really, really good to us.
Okay.
Really quick and easy and fast. So I think that could be another option.
Yep. Well, we're going to have multiple
Right.
organizations.
And I'd like to stay local if we can.
I would too. And Frost Bank does have a deal here. They have a
Frost Bank?
yeah, they have a
Branch office.
branch office here. Let's find it.
No, Wells Fargo does.
Frost advertises that they do. I did not ask her that, but let's find out.
Probably salsa.
Like an ATM or something?
It's probably just
Or, no, I'm serious, I think they do have one at the Circle K. Not 100%
That's good, let's go ahead and get some money.
Card in there.
$500,000 in 20s. Bring a wheelbarrow.
Let's see here.
I had brought this up or added it to the deal because of the fact I thought, you know, when we get to a point, you know, I've looked into it, we've talked before about websites and.
HEB. They have ATM and HEB.
Oh, okay, so isn't that prosperity?
And
I don't pay attention to it.
It might be for us, who knows?
there's another one across the street. Yeah, at that corner.
Through the corner store.
But yeah, I'd stay down this way.
I was just, you know, I don't know if we should start a process of trying to get a little money set aside for a little operating budget.
Well, we probably should. It was brought up before when District 6, I think it was, came in that night. Get a ESD loan to get established with the bank. We can have money because we really need a computer for the secretary and some odds and ends.
Okay.
I was just, that's why I
I'll
put it on there.
research
We
it,
don't-
Jeff. and
Yeah,
we'll-
we don't have to do nothing
me
about
and
it
you will
tonight,
take
we're
care of it.
saying, maybe we could, if we could work on an amount maybe we wanna shoot for, kind of where we're at.
Well, gentlemen, I just wanna add, what business you'll go with. You also, local is great, but financing options and how much they want to work with you is important. I don't know about what Frost offers. I know I use them. But,
Yeah.
my banking pales in comparison to this.
The one advantage I see with Frost, without that, other than what Chief said, is the fact that they are incorporated with ESDs. Because that's a whole different set of banking and numbers at that point, especially when we go buy apparatus.
Right.
That is something that needs to be taken under advisement. This bank does work.
Right.
A lot of work with DSDs.
It's
gonna be a big plus in the field.
Any other discussion on this? So say we
That's all I
work
got
on
right
kind of a dollar amount, or if there's a revolving deal up to they could do.
I don't know if
Check
they
into
have,
that.
if they don't have a cap, I'd say like 25,000-30,000.
Okay. Do we need to do any other, there's no action you take on that, correct?
Well, it's a it is an action item, but at the end of the day, if y'all want to discuss an addition, at some point in time, you're gonna have to kind of decide where y'all want to get bank. But if you wanted to maybe give it another month, I don't think it needs to be set.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying, could we get maybe
I'll get everything
together
for-
what they
for the
offer,
next-
how they
yeah,
offer?
for the next meeting, and we'll talk about that.
Okay. That's okay with everybody? All right.
But we should get it knocked out come
Yep.
next meeting,
Yeah.
for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
And by that, I don't mean next meeting, not budget meetings, y'all are.
Next month.
I'm talking about the regular monthly.
Yeah, the regular
That'd be
one.
fine. All right, let's move on to item D, discussion and possible action related to the district needs related to command staffing, retention of hiring of an executive director / fire chief, whatever, we'll work this out, and present response and equipment needs.
Present, response.
What?
Present.
Present, what'd I say?
Present.
Present.
No, I'm with you, it's confusing. I put that on there because, that's the question that we need to kind of ask the department. Is there something pressing that you can't make it till October? That's why I put that on.
You mean money-wise?
I mean, equipment wise, I mean,
Either.
and the rest of it, you're right. You
Yeah.
take it from there.
So we've merged together, but being we don't have funds until, if there is something they need, how can we handle that? We'd have to get a loan then? Is that what?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to secure some minimum financing. Thor's having a look into doing that. I know Clyde could do it. Mr. Beavers just said that. But the key is, my recommendation is I wouldn't do any minimum financing, incur any interest you don't have to pay. Unless it's something they need. They need to keep doing what they're doing right now.
Right. So as far as this merger, when does that take effect?
October 1? No, it takes effect effective immediately, they just ask. But, we're still on October 1 deadline is.
To have something in place
Yeah.
as far as,
Theoretically, this just took effect.
yeah.
But right now, we're asking, y'all are asking them to kind of hold the status quo for now, the way they're doing business, except we need their help this month,
Right.
budgeting. I need their help for those equipment problems,
Right.
those grants and whatnot.
Half a percentage is cheap.
But, and they need to be included in the discussion about
Yes.
leadership and stuff like that. They're part of the district. They're your partner.
Where are we with the overloaded 2 2.5 big brush? Is this gonna go down?
We haven't done nothing with it. We I'll have a tank.
Okay, so we're running a half tank on it now. We were gonna send it down to the guy down Pleasanton?
Well, if we bought the pipe,
Oh, okay, if we got the other one?
we got the 510, it was swapped there at the time.
He got hurt.
Okay. Oh,
He
okay.
wouldn't have been able to work on it. He done something to his arm, so he's letting that heal.
Alright, so nothing is down, none of the apparatus is down at this time?
No.
Everything's still here at the house? Okay. Well, so then we're looking at brush 1, brush 2, the 2 big trucks, and the tanker. Those are all we have for wildland. Brush 3 we have, but
Yeah, but we could use it until it don't run.
we can tow it around behind something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, our transmission's good. Alright. Yes, sir.
Is this the regular mechanic y'all use all the time, or no?
Here,
Lately, we started using him. He works, very familiar with all military trucks, because he was in the Army and he worked on them in the Army.
Okay.
So,
He does nice work.
Yes.
That's I just didn't know familiarity, I know you obviously don't wanna send a military truck to Siddons.
Yeah.
They won't understand it. So, that was my, I didn't know if the guy knew his pumps and everything else, but as far as pump work, who's done any pump work for y'all?
On the back of the trucks,
Yeah.
Matt Small engine repair.
Small.
Actually, I'm taking mine there tomorrow.
Okay, let me ask you something. Tomorrow we got the repairs to do on that, one of the smaller brush trucks. Do we keep receipts for them? Right?
I would say yes, sir.
Okay, it's coming out of our
Yeah.
monies, out of our funds.
So they are part of us now, the VFD Association is now separate, right? Am I gathering that correct?
I guess it's up to y'all how y'all want, what day you want this to be effective. I mean, you can, technically, the October 1 deadline was kind of something that we came up with, because it's the new fiscal year. We really don't have a whole lot we could do until
Till
we
then,
start
right.
getting resources anyways.
That
right
needs to
around.
be effective, the whole merger deal as of October the 1st.
That's up to y'all, however y'all want to do it.
Because
You can-
we're gonna have to continue business as normal.
Well, theoretically, they need to continue right now.
Yeah.
After October 1, you know, but the only thing is, I just offer the suggestion that if y'all are truly in a bind where something big has went down, that they're gonna use too, I mean, maybe they could consider interim financing to get you there. But theoretically, the way I envisioned it was, y'all are still on your own until October 1. You know, that's why you're asking about bringing the car back. No, chief, you need the car.
Let's clarify on that part. It's, we need to do the repairs
Okay.
on that pump that the vehicle should
Do we need to amend
Starter.
that
Remember the
motion
starter?
we have when we come together?
He had to order it.
Well, I
State
think,
that merger will take into effect as of the 1st of October.
Or just amend it to where it says we're financially responsible as of October 2nd or October 1st.
accept their petition. Just do an amendment to the motion that it would be, that the joinder would be effective. Just do a friendly amendment.
Yeah, and I didn't question, so, I'd like to go back and amend the motion to financially will be responsible for any repairs, effective October 1st, 2020, on any of the equipment.
Second the motion.
I think it's just, the partnership, you accept it would be effective date of October.
October 1st.
To
Effective date
accept their request to merge with an effective date of
of
October
October
1st.
1st.
Y'all okay with that?
Is that okay? I mean, that keeps things simple. I'm sorry we weren't clear, and I'm glad it came up.
So the motion is for an amendment to item A, the motion accepting the merger with Boyesville Volunteer Fire Department to have an effective date of October the 1st, 2020. There's been a second on that. Just all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion passed to make the merger effective as of October 1st.
Chief, how are volunteers feeling about the merger? I mean, everything's, we're ready to go, business is good, we're
So
headed
far,
up the door,
everything,
or there's some sore feelings, or?
if there is, then
They
it'll
haven't,
come out.
they haven't said it.
My concern is we just need a response. You know, something happens, we need to get people out there to take care of it.
We've actually been having some good response. The last couple, I've had at least 5 to 7 people.
We had a good one yesterday.
Yesterday was Adam, Mike, Coy, Jonathan, Carter, me, Chief. We had at least 8 of us there yesterday.
That was a good job yesterday too, by the way.
It gets good and dry here coming up.
No,
Yes.
We stopped a double wide mobile that was in the attic, and halfway through we had to shut down.
Oh, wow, good job.
It actually didn't go to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one on 122?
Yes.
120?
122.
And by the way,
That's a
that
good ways
was,
out there too.
that was District 2 that was doing the surrounded round through the perfectly good window, not us. I just want that noted. You can keep that out of the paper.
Just identified firefighter was shooting the water into the structure.
No, it was a good job yesterday.
I think as the board, you know, we want to make sure we're not dealing with every fireman out there. So, Lorenzo, you're the chief, Maggie, assistant chief. We need to deal with one or both of y'all, however, make sure we're clear on that. So not everybody's running to, you know, you're going to be our point of contact. You're going to tell us what you need, what we need to do, and we're going to brainstorm with you to figure out how to do that. Am I correct?
That's
So
correct.
y'all are- and how we can help you out on that, and how we can get going. What else do we have on that?
Well, there's a bunch. It's kind of a big item.
Yeah.
The district needs related to command staffing.
Just kind of a discussion with them on
Yeah.
how, you know, right now, at this point in time, nothing's changing command-wise on there.
Okay.
But just kind of a discussion on what y'all, you know, what suggestions for improvement y'all want to make to them, or discuss with them what leadership's gonna look like. I don't know. That's a long talk. Preferably not, doesn't necessarily have to do with this meeting, with board members and leadership of the department. And the members of the department, firefighters too. But y'all do need to start having a discussion on what your objectives are gonna look like.
Right.
So, I guess our point would be that October 1st, we're wanting to put on an executive officer.
We
Whatever
actually
y'all wanna
do
Well,
it
it's-
before then. We've got some items we got to hit hard.
Prior.
We're going to need somebody.
So
Getting
we
involved
are,
right
we are
away.
gonna need to have that interim finance.
Theoretically, if you hire a salaried employee, yeah,
Yep.
you're gonna have to start paying them. They may not be near as generous as I am.
Yep, I understand.
I guess, Lorenzo, you're the chief, you know. How, I know it's gonna get probably more demanding than the old way we work. Are you good with that? Are you good with, yeah,
Because it's going to come down to, I prepared a list of stuff. So Jeff and I sat down with Chief Thompson and did kind of a strategic plan. We use what we call SWOT, SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, which I'm sure Chief Yates is familiar with. We didn't have any opportunities or threats at this point. Nobody wants to take us over and nobody wants to join, so. But the strengths, there were quite a few strengths for this department. You've done a really awesome job with what you've had. You've got good equipment, it's older, but it's all well maintained. The building is older, but it's well maintained. You've kept things together. You have a core group of personnel that's competent on most of the equipment. Coy was on the engine the other day and he was actually hitting all the right switches, which is good. You have a good relationship with the city. The department as a whole has a good hydrant availability. We have a few issues that Chief Taylor and I ran into, and you ran into on that one grease fire where they have different sized nozzles in their hydrants, 4, 4.5, and 5. So we found out,
Yeah, have the adapter.
yeah, we found enough adapters to be able to fix that problem now. The board itself has a lot of experience. We've got Chief Yates, Bippert, he's gotten over 29 truck. He's got a lot of experience. Jeff's been here 16 years, so that all helps us out. Some of the weaknesses we came up with were the response times. It is a volunteer department. You're going to have longer response times. That's going to be a quick hit item that we need to deal with because come October 1, people are going to be looking, hey, paying all this money and still 20 minutes. Manpower, we have a lot of people on the roster, but got a core group, which is common in a lot of VFDs. We need to really try to push the guys and girls to train better and, you know, get more people showing up. Qualifications and training, which is an issue we can throw some money at. There are grants available, and then with what we get in our budgets, we'll put in, I've got a lot put in for training. We're short on some equipment, which I've gone through. We have some older equipment. We have a very large operating area with varied. We got commercial, we got residential, we got agriculture, we got wildland, we got heavy brush areas, trees to deal with.
What is our square mile?
Is it 200?
226
Yeah.
miles.
Can I interject just real quick? Who owns the Canada Verde fire station?
Graytown, Canada Verde Volunteer Fire Department. I was gonna talk to Albert about that.
That's a
Because
decent
there is,
thing.
the Graytown, Canada Verde Volunteer Fire Department, they're still, Forestville didn't take them and pull it all together. The little county money that they got is still in a separate account, they have their separate bank accounts, so really and truly, it's managed, taken care of, and run by the Forestville Volunteer Fire Department. There's nobody out there, there's no,
Albert doesn't
Albert's
go out
the
there
one
anymore, does he?
who, commissioner.
Who owns the property?
Well, that's what we need to find
it's-
out. It was given, I think, to the county or to the.
So it's sort of like what they're gonna, I guess I gather from y'all, the family that owns that land, as long as there's a fire department on that
Continue
land,
to use it.
it stays with the fire department. Because once it ceases to not be with a fire department, it goes back to that family.
Like the agreement
Albert
with
was
seven-
supposed to be, I already got with him, he's supposed to be looking for the paperwork on
Sevens
that.
and
Well,
11.
that's what we're gonna have to look into.
That's
that
the
whole-
agreement with this as well, gentlemen.
Yeah.
To be clear, if y'all
Right.
ever stop using this for anything besides, anything in furtherance of ESD 5 business, then it would revert back to
Right.
the city. That's it.
If my understanding, like if you used it, if you built another fire department, but you still use this as a training or a storage for the fire department, it would stay with, if you quit using it for anything for the fire department, then it goes
If you
back.
abandon it, it's-
Yeah, when
Yeah.
Henrietta talked to me before all this started, what she was trying to do, that's what she was trying to fix it so that,
I would, in my personal opinion, I would always see this as Station 1, centrally located. If we built out and about, say towards Bentwood, the north side, the east side, west sides, they would be 2, 3, and 4.
yeah.
But this would be the main, because where we are, we're right here in a city, which is gonna make everybody happy, including the lawyers who have offices downtown.
I already have Albert looking for the paperwork on
Okay.
the station.
Cause yeah, that's gonna have to be, well, that's a whole nother,
Yeah. Now, have you been basically maintaining and monitoring that station as Floresville? Kind of an unofficial, hey,
Yeah.
we'll deal with it kind of thing?
Yeah, we've been over there and done stuff like we, as he went over and realized we're getting ready to have the doors fixed over there. Something happened with the doors, the ones that go up and down, so.
But that's actually really a separate entity from Floresville Fire.
yeah, there really wasn't nothing whenever, that was probably in 05, 06, 07, somewhere there. The commissioners came to Floresville Fire, hey, will y'all please just kinda
Well-
take this over.
Eagle Creek Fire had to be.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because when
You
I
ever
bought
really
it, it
have
was
it,
Eagle
though?
Creek, and then it went away.
Yeah. So yeah,
So-
Floresville voted
Yeah,
to
yeah.
take that over and manage that and run it, so that's what happened. It wasn't merged together or nothing was, I don't know if County Verde Fire ever had a charter, I don't know if they have anything.
That's something we should look into.
They had a county contract at one time, right?
I'm not for sure.
Well, as of October the 1st, it'll be ESD 5 anyway, that whole area, so.
I know with the county, about a couple of years ago, we were sort of, you know, the October thing that we had to provide for the county for the mutual aid and all that, how many trucks you have, how many personnel you have and all that.
With the mutual aid agreement,
Yeah,
the county contract.
They wanted us to merge County Verde and us together, so I report for both of them.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to stop you, Mike, I just wanted to bring it up.
Oh, no, that's a good point.
I tell you what, on this, looking at budget and talking about the structure, leadership, the department between us and them and all this good stuff, can we just set up a workshop where we can all
That's fine.
round table and discuss? And then
This-
we can go through the whole strengths, weaknesses
Yeah,
with them.
I was just banging some of them, I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna go
we
through the
have
whole
a-
list. a lot of it is put into the budget. It's going to cure a lot of it. The biggest problem that I see is we're going to need someone that's going to be able to spend the time. Well, not so much full time, but it's going to be able to be around quite a bit, chasing things. There's going to be things like berthing. What do we want to do for berthing? We're going to add on. We're going to get a trailer. We're going to get a skid. Start getting prices. Stuff that you guys need for office equipment. What do we have? What do we need? Start getting prices and just start dinging down through there. How much gear do we need? How much of this and that? And with the two of you, congratulations by the way for being in the academy. But your next 4 months is going to be really busy with training and school.
Yeah.
So.
But we gotta have you because y'all know what's here. Y'all know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's why y'all have to be part of that.
I know someone that has volunteered to do it, that is well qualified to do it, but that's a matter, like he says, we'll sit down and we'll get you two and a couple of us together and go through it. The budget, I just round figured it at 900,000, is close to what we figure we're gonna get. And the costs, the expenses for the ESD, some equipment, new brush truck, on down the line. And I spent the whole $900,000. I mean, there's training.
Well, there's 100,000
Yeah,
in savings
yeah.
for emergency funding.
Yeah, that's putting 100 grand right off the top into emergency funding. We lose an engine, a motor in one of the engines, 40 grand. Boop.
But I think we're gonna need that savings just because we don't know a lot of the stuff that's gonna come up that we're not planning for at all.
Right.
Getting this going.
But I've overbuilt some of this, and on a lot of it I've overbuilt it. A lot of it we're gonna get reimbursed. I got 50,000 for training, but with the grants, we'll get it back. So if we have extra at that point, we can look at something else.
And there's other opportunities there with the interlocal agreement.
Yeah.
For grants and stuff like that too.
Yeah. This was just a quick sit down with, like I say, myself, Jeff, and the chief. These are the things that we need. These are our strengths. These are our weaknesses. How can we fix our weaknesses? In this budget, you can fix it with this, 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 and this. You're down and dirty. It's just a preliminary for the board to look at, get an idea of the numbers we're looking at. You guys are welcome to look at it also. You'll sign the non-disclosure agreement.
It's a public document.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing. Okay. That's all I have on it. Like I say, we'll have to.
Yeah,
We
I
do
would like
need
to
to
sit
have a
down with all
meeting.
them and go over all that. That way they can throw in their info too.
Yeah, we do need to have a meeting before the next scheduled meeting though.
I would like
So
to
we
have
get
one
this
next
knocked
week.
out.
That
Yeah.
is item G, as a matter of fact, gentlemen.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
there
you. You were thinking ahead, thank you.
Okay, so I would say we really don't, on this item D, don't have no action at this time. Let's have our, get together and do some planning and see what we can get. Y'all okay with that?
Yep.
Alright. Let's move on to item E, discussion and possible action to establish main district address and authorize district council to post in accordance with the law. I think what this was, right now, our address is, I think,
Your
Tom's
right?
office.
Tom's office.
That keeps us legal. I think maybe we had discussed or kind of put it on here, a fact of being the building's gonna come all merged together. If we could move that address to here, make this our official, ESD's official office, we're all gonna be one, so if that's, I think that's what we were thinking, is that correct?
Exactly. You put a box out there, or you
They already have a PO.
Yeah, I think we leave it
They'll
going
have
like
a
that
mailing
for a while.
address already, they don't need to do
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
But we do have to set up one, and we have to post notice in the newspaper. Wilson County News, of course.
Of course.
And that would be, also we'd have our monthly meetings, everything we can right here.
Everyone would be
We'd,
here.
This would be the ESD office, meeting room, whatever you want to call
Makes
it.
sense.
Mike, you wanna make that motion and I'll second it?
Make a motion to establish the main district access
Address.
excuse me, address, I'm sorry, as here at the Floresville Fire Department. and that we'll start holding our meetings here and utilize this as the District 5 office.
What is the physical address here?
1402 Hospital Boulevard.
And to have the attorney post in the newspaper that this will be the address as according to law.
Second.
All right, so there's a motion, it's been made and seconded to change our main district address to 1402 Hospital Boulevard, which is the fire station here in Floresville. Go ahead and have our council to go ahead and post this in the paper in accordance with the law. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Ayes have it, the motion passed. Moving on to the next item, discussion and possible action regarding retaining company to create official district website. I know early on we had, Mr. Jacobs had looked into different options. I'd been speaking with another ESD board president down south, and he had sent me a lady's name who builds ESD websites. She's from up, I think, Thornton, I think it's out of Austin somewhere. He very highly recommended her. So I know the county has allowed us to have a website on the county's website right now. So that keeps us quote, legal for we have to have a website. Basically what she told me today on the phone was she has several different options. For like a one page that has everything that makes us legal, that the state makes us require. And then we can send her our agendas, our meetings, our budgets, whatever need to be posted on there. She does a one-page deals for $300 a year. Or you can go to a 3-page, so if you know the Volunteer Fire Department Association wanted to have a page, or somebody else wanted to have a page off of that, then it was $600 a year. If there's any additional things that need to be added or taken off, she charges $25 an hour. I just kind of want to throw it out there. I know Tom and I discussed about a kind of an updated, like a little more formal, better website. But there again, that's why I had about the getting some interim financing.
With her website, is there any communication back and forth as far as, is there an email address or anything that you?
And that was one thing I asked. She said that she does, but we can set those up through. She said GoDaddy is real easy, and that way we could each get a. I don't know how much it charges with GoDaddy. How do you get into that today? Yeah, so that was another thing I had asked her about. I think that'd look a little professional if we had an email address with our website.
District
Everything
1
goes
has
to-
it in the cloud, in the Google Cloud. All our mail comes from one server, one address, but we all have our own little line in.
Yeah, I just threw it out there, and I wanted to get that brought up. I know Mr. Jacobs had talked to a few guys right at the beginning when we first started.
Let me check with somebody too.
Yeah.
I do know a couple of people that do that.
Yeah, this lady, she's out of, her name is Tammy Griffin, she's a webmaster. She was at the, what did I go to in February? Safety conference?
Safety.
Yeah, she had a booth or something there. Anyway, just talking with him, he said that they found out that she was really wonderful what they did. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That was my whole deal. But I would like to get us thinking, move in that direction, we could do something like that. So we don't need no action there, I don't think. Let's move on to letter G, item G. Discussion and possible action regarding the budget planning for fiscal year 2021. Set a budget workshop to finalize middle to end of June. Walter, did you know about that webinar on the 15th?
Yep.
Okay, and that's supposed to, Mike, you know about it, right?
Yeah.
That's supposed to go through and give us, they changed some stuff last year, I guess, legislation did, to find out what all our times and deadlines are.
What is that on the?
That's June the 15th, I believe like at 6 or
6:30.
6:30.
Oh, even June 15th?
It costs $35
Yeah.
each to do it. I've already paid $35 for myself. Why don't you let me brief you on it? Or you can watch it with me. We can meet up and do it all at once.
Well, you get like I think you get an hour credit or something towards
Y'all,
your training.
well, actually, y'all need the credit. I don't need the credit.
That's something us here, I know, because none of us got to go to the safety. We need to look into about getting our hours. I know we had 2 years to do it, but
6 hours and 2 years.
Yeah. Need to keep that in the back of our mind. I'm kind of the type that want to get it over with when I can. I would like to set up this budget workshop or planning workshop, kind of get it all, kind of, in my opinion, kind of all goes together. I would like to someday next week. There's only 3 of us here. I know Maggie had told me that she's busy on Mondays and Thursdays. So Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm usually good Saturdays and Sundays. It doesn't matter.
What do you wanna do?
Whatever y'all think.
Up until recently, that was good on Saturdays, unless you do it in the evenings, maybe. All our Saturdays are gonna be taken up with this training,
So this is nice, so it'd be
at least morning anyway.
15th through the 21st.
But you said that Mondays and Thursdays, right?
Yeah, Mondays and Thursdays
Yeah.
I teach.
So do you want to try for the 16th? Next Tuesday?
That works for me.
Next Tuesday?
Yeah.
It's a shift, right?
Yeah, day shift.
Remember, it's gonna be
Teaching good court next week. What time?
time to report for you.
Might
Or we
take
can
more
do it
than
on
one
Wednesday.
meeting. Might take more than
I'm
one.
pretty sure it's gonna
Oh,
take.
yeah, it's gonna take more.
Yeah.
We'll do it in the afternoon, I can do it in the afternoon.
6?
Yeah, 6 weeks.
6 next
6
Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Alright, so let's have that meeting for planning and budgeting.
It'll be a workshop, budget
Workshop.
workshop. It will be titled.
On
Y'all
June.
probably need to pass it, do a motion on that.
Okay, can you make a motion? So
We'll make a motion that next Tuesday, 6 P M, we have a planning budget workshop here, to consider
Thursday.
budget for 2021.
I have a second.
I second the motion.
So there's a motion and a second to have a budget planning meeting, workshop on June the 16th, next Tuesday at 6 P M here at the fire station, Fordville Fire Station. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passed, so we will have a meeting here next Tuesday at 6 P M. Moving up, that is all we have. Anything else anybody wants to discuss? I mean, we've gone through our agenda, so we have a motion to adjourn.
Make
So
a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion on the floor to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Walter. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion passed. We are adjourned at 7:02.